After yesterday's experience, I am choosing to be extra delusional. Like, I was cracking jokes all day yesterday after that experience. Like, I was literally at the gym just looking at people. I'm like, it is really rude of me to assume that every girl in this gym has a boyfriend. But statistically, unless she is the gym baddie, not necessarily gym baddie, but like the gym, what am I looking for word wise? Mask, essentially, like she could still be a fucking heterosexual female that presents more as a masculine man, but typically those are the ones that don't have boyfriends because most dudes are either afraid of them or their numbers are so high like I can't date a guy that's weaker than me. But most of the women I see are kind of like the dainty women trying to like gain muscle or just want to work out or just be fit or maybe just like I don't know, just doing something just to do something. And those ones mainly have a boyfriend or at least some dude. Like I don't even know if they got a boyfriend. I'm just like they're standing next to a dude. But how I think of it from my logical mindset, because I typically go later in the day, so I figure, well, clearly they have a vagina goalie. Dude. I've played vagina goalie before. I've went out to drinks with girls. I went to a girls' night, which makes no sense because once the penis enters the chat, doesn't that disqualify the girls' night? Or was it because I was unhired security, technically speaking, it's still girls' night just with supervision? So I laughed at myself because like that's stupid of me to assume that every girl in here has a boyfriend. But every girl in here could have a vagina goalie. Now that's not too stupid of me to assume because some girls might come in with their brothers, their boyfriends, their cousins, some dude that they know very well and just want to get a workout on because it's the middle of the. And also, I was thinking about dating. I'm just like, am I the problem? Am I the problem? And I was like, you know what? There are times that I do get emotionally upset at someone because of. Sometimes it's not even a good reason. I'll admit to that. I'm mad at you because you used to fucking say, let's say that your line used to be asshole. You used to call me an asshole just about every single day, and at some point or another, I came to take that as like a term of endearment. For the fact that you stopped calling me an asshole, I'm kind of offended. Who the fuck else you calling an asshole, motherfucker? Who else are you getting close to? Like, the fact that you just why? Like, I need to know why you stop doing things if you start doing things so consistently, or it's gonna start bothering me. Because like, why did you used to just pinch my cheek randomly when you walked past me, and now it's like the sixth day you walked past me, and it's like the 15th time today, and you have not even acknowledged my existence. What the fuck is going on? Like, if you want to leave, just fucking tell me, communicate. I'm great about communication. But the second I feel a shift off in that energy, now I'm pissed. And it's easy to gaslit people when it's just like when it's the things that are in between the lines, which is why I hate the fucking. We respect physical pain. Cause if I was to have cuts and bruises for all of my injuries, you guys would be like, "Damn, this nigga never stops getting hurt." But for the fact that most of my injuries are actually more internal than external, but I do have some scars on me that line my body. But most people don't fucking notice details. Like I freaking start talking to people, and notice that they have cuts on their wrists, or I'll notice some choke marks, or maybe even hickeys, and I'm just like, well, I do know that there's such things as irresponsible conversations. There's such things too personal. But like, if I keep eyeing this, what I've come to learn is if I eye things and I think about it, eventually people will start bringing it up. Like, I don't know if I'm accidentally just like implanting into their brain that I want to fucking know what the hell's going on. Like, I'm a nosy motherfucker, not on purpose. Look at this bitch. This is huge. It's either used for coke or finding out information, and I don't do coke. So why are you having markings on your body? Like, if you ask me about my scars and stuff, I'll tell you about them if I know that story. I shit you not when I tell you that there's times I wake up and I'm like, the fuck did I do? Or those times I'll be in the mirror and I'll just start feeling myself up. And I'm like, where the fuck did this? Like, I don't do it too often, but knowing who the fuck I am, every once in a while I go around and try to see if there's any new injuries I just don't know about. Just because I know that I'm the type of person to accrue injuries, regardless of what the I did or didn't do. Because there's times I walked away from some stunts that I've done, like, oh, that wasn't bad, that was great. The fucking what the? And I'll look at it, and that's when it starts to hurt even more. I'm just like, the whole entire time that I was doing something, and it wasn't until my adrenaline went down, and it wasn't until I really looked at that started fucking hurting. Why? Why is it once I became aware of pain started being pain? So I'm just like, maybe I am the problem in the dating pool. Like, it's not always them, it's not always me, but sometimes it's them, sometimes it's me picking the wrong them. It's like, what the fuck's wrong with me? Why do I always pick people outside the asylum? Might as well go in. I'm not saying all crazy people are bad. Fuck it, I am crazy. So clearly I'm gonna attract crazy, but there is good crazy because, well, how I keep thinking about it is like there's three groups of crazy, maybe four. I don't fucking know. There's the crazy that runs this country. There's the crazies that's in the asylums. There's the crazy in the prison system, and then there's crazy in the homeless system. And they're all essentially the same type of crazy. It's just crazy with a support system compared to crazy without a support system, crazy with a dream compared to crazy without a dream, crazy with unlimited chances to crazy with no chances. And then I stop and think, like, this has to be hell at this point because this is the type of realm that you could have anything that you want, but you have to be willing to do some things that you just wouldn't think of doing, and some things that are just morally fucked up. But what are morals aside from things that are constructed by other human beings? So for my morals to be the same as your morals aren't the same because we think differently. And so, am I insane to have these morals and you're not insane to have your morals, or am I normal for having my morals and you're just weird because you have no morals? But what are morals? I don't know. I was just told those are a set of things that you won't do, but at the same time, if I'm pushed hard enough, or I'm just sometimes a visitor in my own body. And I know that sounds crazy, but like, that's not the only one. The only thing is, at least I'm admitting to it and willing to admit to it. But 99% of the times, I do try to control my mind and shut it down because if we're gonna share this body ain't gonna have any crimes that I don't like. How about that? I'm not saying I won't commit any. It's just, well, jaywalking. What the fuck does that mean? I just need to cross the fucking street. Speeding. What the fuck do you mean? I'm on foot. You can't track my foot speed. What the fuck? Stealing. What the fuck do you mean? That shit's mine. Now, my name's not written on it, but like, when everybody has basically the same thing, because it's all mass produced, how can you say it's not mine? I've got photos of just about everything I own, and that's because of that. I'm just saying, when it comes to he says, she says, he says, he says, she says, she says, they only believe those that look respectable. And for some reason, racism will stop people from looking respectable. No matter what you look like, no matter what you have, you're gonna look like somebody that stole it, or you're just gonna look like a fucking monkey in a suit. And that's how I always feel like when don't get me wrong, I love wearing dress clothes. I just don't like putting them on. As in, like, the same thing with, like, wearing clothes. Like, I don't mind wearing clothes, but if I had to choose, I would be naked 24/7. And when I was younger, I was at least half naked more than I was not half naked. And that's maybe why I attracted older women, because my body, as well as me, acted and looked normal. And it's like, wow, I used to fuck pedophiles. And it's because I was taught a pedophile's a man. Not a female that's older than me and should be smarter than me and could be grooming me, but well, when I want to shove my pee somewhere, I'm going to do it. And she agreed, so I wasn't molested. I was having fun. And I wasn't groomed properly. So, like, I'm just thinking of all that, and I'm just laughing at myself. I'm just like, wow, we look so fucking living. Because how I think about it is, I'm aware to the point where I feel like sometimes I'm like the backseat person in my own life. As in, like, I will be aware that I'm having a freak out and try to tell myself to stop having a freak out, but I'm also aware that I have to go through freak out to stop having a freak out. So it's just like, well, at least I'm not hurting anybody. At least I'm not in anybody's way. At least all the things. Because life won't tell you this, but they really mean it. You can't be an inconvenience in life. You gotta be pretty. You gotta be useful. You gotta be adaptable. You gotta be able to do something. But if you're just gonna be a fucking liability, if you're going to be an obstacle, you better look like you needed to be that obstacle. Because how dare you be a blind, disabled person? And what I mean by a blind, disabled person is you can't tell until you know. And then when you know, it's just like, well, if society can't tell, then I can't get in trouble for treating this person like hell. But some people aren't like that. Some people are like, well, I'll treat you with respect, with care, with compassion. So long as you give that to me, that's all I ask in return, that you treat me like I treat you. Especially if you don't know how to treat people, because some people just, ooh. I promise, I treat a lot of people better than they treat me, and that's because the real me is an asshole. And I'm just like, well, if I'm me, the real me, I'm dead or in jail. And I like the limited freedom that I already have. But the second I stopped enjoying this, I promise you, I'll have more friends in more places that I probably shouldn't have. That's the cool thing about me. I don't want to go anywhere, but I can make friends everywhere I go, even in race communities. I still don't like niggers, but Ethan's different.